Minnie? What sort of people are they?
Layabouts. The odd nutcase, of course. Pensioners on their own who fancy a bit of a chat. The school parties make up most of the numbers. I mean, who else would want to come and spend half an hour at the local police station? Most people spend their lives trying to keep out of the place.
Well, it must be worth it for the PR, Kath.
It might seem so to the 8th floor of Scotland Yard, but like a lot of things, it's very different down here on the ground. If you ask me, a police station open day is a complete waste of time. Still, how's not to reason why, eh?
Mrs. Coles?
It's June Ackland here from Sunhill Police. I need to talk to you, Mrs. Coles.
He's not here.
Well, can I come in?
Look, I realise the overdraft's a bit over what we agreed.
Considerably.
Oh, not considerably. But I've got to have the loan.
The point is, you have already got a loan.
I mean, another one. Or an extension, if you like.
You see, Mr. Lyons, we are looking at a pattern here. Rather like when you're investigating a crime, you might look to see if another similar one has occurred before. Now, in your case, the pattern is you overdraw considerably. And each month, instead of disappearing, the overdraft increases. We then convert your debt into a loan with comfortable monthly payments, but steadily and surely the overdraft creeps back up again, and now you have two debts. Do you follow me?
Yes, I follow.
And now you want to take out another loan. I'm afraid we're looking at what you would probably call an open and shut case.
Mr. Hicks, I'm desperate. I need the money. I'll sign anything.
I'll be quite frank with you, Mr. Lyons. We simply cannot go on lending you money in order to top up existing debts.
It's not for existing debts.
You're hardly in a position to consider luxury items.
Luxury? Mr. Hicks, my mother's just died. I need the money to bury her.
Has your husband disappeared before?
It's not disappearing. Just goes away a few days, that's all.
And he doesn't tell you where?
Oh, he keeps all that to himself. Well, it's his business. He'd kill me if he knew I was talking to you.
Look, you were worried he'd kill you if you didn't, remember? Anyway, at least he stopped hitting you since we've been calling round. So it was worth coming to see us, wasn't it? Hello. Did he say when he'd be back?
Never does. That's so he can catch me out having these affairs. Affairs, so look at me.
Who does he work for?
Himself, of course. He runs the business from the office out back. I reckon he's starting up a couple of other branches up north. I found some hotel receipts from Manchester. I don't know, though. He doesn't tell me.
What's your name?
Tracy. Are you one of them?
One of what?
The visitors.
Yeah, that's right.
You go upstairs and get your coat on. We're going to go shopping. She'd have you talking all day if you'd let her.
Look, I'll let you get on, OK? What sort of business is it?
Look, I don't think you should come here anymore. I'm all right. He doesn't hit me now.
Look, we have to, just for a bit longer.
Exclusive introductions.
What?
That's the name of his business. Lonely Heart Singles Introductions. Brought happiness to thousands.
We're a bit like the police ourselves. Not always so heartless as some people would have you believe. In the circumstances, I think we can probably extend your personal loan by £500.
Oh, that's ever so good of you. I just didn't know what to do. I can't tell you what a relief it'll be to my wife.
We're here to help. And I always think a simple ceremony is more dignified somehow.
Well, that's all we wanted. Just a decent burial.
Burial?
Well, yes, obviously.
I think you'll find a burial, which of course involves land purchase and so on, will come to at least £1,000, if not more. No, within your price range, though, I'm sure we can manage a cremation.
But she never wanted to be cremated. That was the one thing she insisted on. She made me promise, in fact.
I'm afraid, Mr. Lyons, in your position, that really is the most we can extend.
Just in here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is the charge room, and this is the room where prisoners are brought to be, well, charged.
The cold face of oppression.
The custody officer assesses whether there's enough evidence against the prisoner for the police to hold them, and that has to be reviewed at regular intervals.
Surely there's never any problem finding reasons to imprison people.
Well, you'd be surprised, actually, how often we do release people on technicalities when we're actually quite sure they're guilty of something.
What stories of injustice could these walls tell us, eh?
The custody officer is also responsible for informing them of their rights.
Which are daily being eroded as capitalism moves inexorably towards its own self-destruction.
And for regularly reviewing the reasons for continued detention. Now, if no one else has any questions, let's move on, shall we? Where next? The cells.
Are you busy?
I finished the paper. I was just going for a round of golf.
Yeah, well, before you go, we've got Mrs. Maureen Coles, Silchester Street. Husband's been hitting her, so we've been calling round twice a day to make sure she's all right. Anyway, the thing is... Are you with me, Tosh?
Of course, yeah. The thing is...
Yeah, the thing is, he runs one of these singles introduction agencies.
Oh, aye. Grab a granny.
Eh?
Well, you know, past the sell-by date. Desperate leftovers?
Anyway, she's scared stiff of him. I think there's something naughty going on.
For instance?
I reckon he's running Tom's.
You mean you'd like him to be, so that she can get rid of him?
I know, but he does go away a lot.
Perhaps he's inside. I nicked a bloke once who was doing 3 years in Wandsworth. His wife thought he was working in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, this one thinks he's opening up other branches in Manchester.
Well, June, frankly,
Frankly, I know there's nothing to go on.
And I'm not exactly hard up for other things to do.
Tosh,
Yes?
I've got something that'll interest you. The Federation are looking at doing a long-term survey into the stresses of police work on our family life. I thought you might like to contribute.
How do you mean?
They're looking for people who've suffered a particular shock in their personal lives. Well, as a recent bereavement victim, you'd be ideal.
Oh, would I?
Yeah, perfect. But so I thought if you fancied it, you'd be a marvellous subject to study.
Did you?
Couldn't be better. There'd be nothing to worry about. Say I carried out the initial in-depth interview with you and your missus about how your marriage and your attitudes to the job have been affected. But then there'd be a series of follow-up sessions, say once a month for a year, you know, gauging progress or otherwise, as the case may be. I've no need to say it be entirely confidential.
Have you finished?
Yeah, that'd be all there was to it.
You astonish me sometimes, Reg. You fill me with wonder.
Oh, thanks, Tosh. So that'll be all right then?
Of course it is. My mother's just died. Naturally, my first reaction to see how fast I can get Reg Hollis round, to nose into my family's reactions, so he can do himself a bit of good with the Federation. I'd have called for you a bit sooner, but I had a few things to do. I was a bit tied up.
Oh, that's okay. That's post-trauma syndrome. They want us to expect it.
Well, you can expect something else. One more word out of you about this. One more word, ever, and I'll kick your head in!
See how you feel later. You'll probably change your mind. Mood swings. A major symptom of post-traumatic stress.
I haven't seen her for 3 months. I've been meaning to go, but things are a bit tight at the moment. I couldn't afford the trip. She couldn't travel down. My oral went up last month on the bus with the youngest two. I never saw her when she was ill.
It's the best way.
I've been trying to clock up the overtime. Now they want £1,000 to bury her. Bank manager says he'll lend me 500. Says we'll have to make do with the cremation. She didn't want a cremation. Where are we going to get 500 quid from? Mouth shut, June, eh?
Of course.
Silchester Street, was it?
Yeah.
We're almost at the end of our tour now, ladies and gentlemen, and as you can see, this is the top floor of the police station where policy decisions are made. Morning, sir.
Morning. Chief Inspector Conway. Nice to see you all here. Hope you're enjoying your visit. One of the commissars.
I think you'd be very flattered to hear you say that, sir.
So is this where the lodge meetings take place? The rolled-up trouser-leg boys? The secret invitations?
Well, if it is, they keep them very well hidden from the rest of us.
Ah, my point exactly.
Right, over here are our sports trophies. As you can see, Sunhill have done rather well this year.
Yeah, she needs something to take your mind off the horrors of the day.
I couldn't have put it better myself, sir. I must say I'm looking forward to my game of squash this evening, particularly. Right, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to follow me, we'll make our way back down to the front office.
How much to give me Oral a quick ring? There's always somebody about in the office.
What are you going to tell her?
God knows.
Well, why won't they lend you the rest of the money? I mean, that's how banks make their profit, isn't it?
I already owe them. Hell of a lot. 5 kids. Families, who'd have them, eh?
You would.
Yeah, you're right, I would. I'd go nuts without mine. Bloke like me, where would I be, eh? I'd be in the pub every night. And nobody to tell me when to change my socks. Nobody to go home to. Opening the door to an empty place. That'd be the worst thing.
It is.
Saved by the bell.
Cutty!
Sir?
That crowd of visitors, where are they?
The open day lot, sir. Bryn's just shown them out.
Get them back. Line them up in the charge room. I want them all searched.
Searched? Right, sir. What are we looking for?
You could report me to the Commissioner if you want to, mate.
Oh, I most certainly will.
I don't know why you bothered coming on the tour and all you wanted to do was disrupt it.
Do you think a public relations whitewash can hide the truth about the police? Oh, well, I know your true nature. Oh, yes.
Is this one of your visitors?
I am, and I've got a serious complaint.
I have to ask you to go back into the police station, sir.
Ah, it begins. Well, the answer's no.
I'm afraid you must.
Just a minute.
Where are the others?
Well, they've gone.
Well, can you get after them quick? We need them back in there.
Oh, I see your game. The voice of truth must be silenced, eh? Civil liberties must be trampled again. Freedom, liberty, or death!
It's all right, I've got him. Get after them quick. One of them's nicked the snooker cup. And I'm nicking you.
CID?
Yeah. I understand you're a bit worried about where your husband might be.
Well, no, not really. I'm sure he's all right. I mean, I would have heard if he wasn't, wouldn't I?
I thought you were going shopping.
Shopping? Well, looks like rain, doesn't it? There's nothing to worry about, honestly.
I gather he runs his own business.
From home, yes. Maybe his secretary knows where he is.
His secretary?
Yes, Colette.
Oh, wouldn't she have told you?
Oh, no. Not allowed to. It's business, you see. Confidential.
Is she working here now?
In the office out there. She's got her own key.
I'll go and have a word with her.
Look, can't you just go? There's nothing the matter. Please.
It's all right. We're concerned for his safety, that's all. It's through here, you say? Hiya. All right. Mind if I come in?
You remember?
No.
Ordinary membership £95, first three instructions free, then a supplement of £10 per meet. Or perhaps I can interest you in our executive membership, which guarantees special encounter sessions. As these take time and trouble to arrange, they'll conduct on a cash basis only. Fill out the form of your choice and I'll be able to show you photographs.
Where's Mr. Coles?
What's it to you?
I'm a police officer.
On your bike, darling.
I know you, don't I?
I haven't had the pleasure.
You used to work at West. But you weren't caught, Colette, then? DC Lines, I was at Vine Street, remember? What happened? Your feet started playing you up.
This is a legitimate business.
Of course it is. Only your boss has disappeared. Where is he?
Away. How should I know? 10 till 5, that's me. It's her, innit? Making trouble. Dozy, that's her problem. No wonder he gets fed up. Wouldn't you, wife like that?
You tell him to give me a ring. We're worried about him.
And the rest.
Aye, and the rest. It's nice seeing you again. Sue, wasn't it? Thanks very much, Ta. Cheers. That secretary's a Tom. Or at least she used to be. I knew her from Vine Street.
Do you think he's running girls from the house?
I'm not sure. That's where he makes the arrangements, though.
Well, can't we stay and watch the place for a bit?
Look, I've just got to make a phone call, if you don't mind. I'm sorry.
That's my fault. Go on.
Just one?
He was a nutcase, sir. He'd kept me talking. They'd been gone 5 minutes.
Oh, God help us, Bryn. Have you any idea what this is going to look like? The Yard are monitoring these visits. I'm required to provide a report. I dread to think what had happened if the press got hold of it. Police station, open day. Come in and help yourself.
Yes, sir. If I may say, sir, the display case hasn't got a lock, sir.
Granted. But I still don't understand how you could miss a thing like that. You are supposed to be a policeman. Look, I don't know if you remember the snooker cup, but it was very nearly 3 foot high. Now, how the hell can somebody walk out with that right under your nose?
Yes, sir.
And you don't know who any of them were?
No, sir.
No, sir. Get out, Bryn.
Needle in a haystack.
Well, that is what files are for.
Yeah, well, it's a pity they don't keep files on people who like to visit police stations.
I suppose you'd filled that up, the humiliation you had this morning.
bit, yeah.
Have you had it before, this, like, desire to control people?
Not really, Reg. I just want to get the snooker cut back.
No, there's no need for shame. We are talking in complete confidence. You see, it's a very natural reaction to the unique stresses we in the job undergo. The more we deal with chaos, the more we seek to shelter perfect order. I suppose you found that in your personal life.
Reg, I'm just looking for a face that might have been here this morning.
That's okay. Pain and anger are often buried only to emerge in a more distorted form later. As a matter of fact, you might like to think about letting some of it out with me.
I don't think so, Reg.
I mean in a counselling capacity.
Look, I'm all right. There's nothing the matter.
That's fine. Take your time. Look, the Federation are looking for subjects to help them with some research into the stresses of the job. Serving officers like yourself who...
Look, Reg, how can I say this? Stick it somewhere uncomfortable. Have you got that?
Give us a shout when you swing back.
Shall we go on to see myself now, Muriel? I'm the bank manager. Betcha. That's if I've got anything to bet with. She never wanted to be any trouble to anybody, my mum. She always said that. I don't want to be any trouble. It's terrible that you can become such a burden just by dying. As if it's not bad enough just losing him. The great listener, you aren't you, eh?
Me?
Well, you are, aren't you? Rapes, domestics, children, all the victims. Send for June and a bleeding heart. We all do it down at the Nick, it's automatic. Like I just have. Not a second thought. It's June, that's what she does best. Who listens to you?
There's nothing to listen to. Nothing ever happens to me.
Well, it should.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't want to be funny, June, but you're a lovely woman, you know.
Oh.
You are, you're a cracker. And I don't just mean you're one of the best PCs I've ever
Oh,
worked.
leave it out. I'm very ordinary.
If you ask me, anyone within its sense to snap you up. You shouldn't be on your own.
That's very nice of you, Tosh. I wish it were true. Anyway, frankly, it's getting a bit late.
Rubbish. You listen to me, June. You want to get yourself out a bit more, and then you might meet somebody who hasn't got the Roach Burnside approach to courting.
What, leg over after 3 drinks so they want the money back?
Well, 3's on a big date. With Ted Roach, I mean, you're lucky if you get yourself a packet of crisps.
Why can't I meet someone like you?
Me? You must be joking. Look, do you mind if I give Muriel a quick ring? I hate the thought of her being round at the bank.
Hey, hold on.
Well, he looks a bit of an executive member type. Let's give him a couple of minutes, eh?
Sierra Oscar from 643, receiving over.
Receiving over.
We have a Ford Granada Scorpio, registration Foxtrot 709 Alpha Tango Whiskey. Anything known on the keeper, over?
Message received, 643.
I do mean it, you know. You being on your own, it's a crime. You deserve someone nice.
Sierra Oscar to Sierra Oscar 643, receiving.
Receiving.
Your Ford Granada, keeper identified as Arthur Reese, 26 The Cuttings, Barkingside. Nothing known, over.
643 received, thanks.
Excuse me, sir. The police officers would like to have a word with you.
I don't know how I can possibly help you.
Are you a member of the exclusive Introduction Singles Club?
I am, Mr. Holmes.
I assume you're a single man yourself.
Look, my name is Reese. I'm, in fact, the senior partner with...
You're unmarried, you say?
You don't have to be single. It's not a condition of membership, nor is it a crime.
Why don't we get into the car? It's a bit more private there. Our car. It's all right. We're not going anywhere.
Look, I really don't know what all this is about.
You don't?
Certainly not. I've done nothing wrong.
Would you mind telling me what you're doing in the club's office?
I was paying my subscription.
By cheque?
No.
Credit card?
It was cash, as a matter of fact.
Oh, you'll have a receipt then?
No, it wasn't necessary.
Let me guess, you're an executive member.
Yes?
Isn't £95 rather a lot to pay out in cash without a receipt?
It wasn't 95.
No, you'd already paid your membership fee, hadn't you? It was more an interim payment.
Look, I haven't done anything.
Would you like us to come round and visit you at home?
What do you want?
Well, the police always want Mr. Reese. Who, what, where, when, and how much.
He uses Filipino girls. Non-EEC, so they have work permit problems. The bookings are a new system, his own invention. You call at the office, make a choice from photos, and pay here on the spot. Rather impressive marketing, actually.
Sounds it.
And nothing ever happens here?
Oh, yeah. From time to time, he arranges social evenings.
Here at the house?
Yeah.
Have you seen Mr. Coles lately?
Last week. Wednesday it was.
Tell us about these social evenings.
So that's just a routine check on that basis. Oh, I'll have a look at her, you know, in case she's belted her since June was round there this morning, but...
Anything on the snooker cap, Kathy?
I'm afraid not, sir.
That's all, thanks, Ellis.
Yeah, I'll be waiting.
So, the Scottish nutter didn't know any of the other visitors, then?
He isn't the social type, sir. He's asked for diplomatic immunity as a political prisoner. If you ask me, he's more of a Section 136.
Yeah, well, at least that's the open day over for another year, eh? And with Reg Hollis out on the streets, what can we possibly have to fear?
Living off immoral earnings for a start. Keeping a disorderly house. And as he's using the family premises, we can probably get something done about the children as well.
Which means the wife will have grounds to get rid of him.
If she wants them.
The suffering type, you reckon?
Ah, she'll never leave him, no matter what he does to her. And if she does, she'll probably move straight onto another bloke who'll do just the same to her. You know, our own worst enemy.
Right. I'd better get our home visits called off, then.
Other people's problems, eh? If only your own were as easy.
I saw them out there, that one that comes here, the woman and the other one. They were talking to one of the customers. The visitors, he calls them. Always had a nasty temper. He kept hitting me. When I came to the police, it finished it, really. I told him I'd tell you about the business if he didn't stop.
You're feeling stressed, aren't you?
I am a bit, actually.
Why don't we sit down?
He got so funny, reckoned I was having all these affairs. Anyone, even the paper boy. I mean, if he was to come in here now, that'd be the first thing he'd say. I had to be so careful.
Possessive, is he?
Oh, and the rest.
It's not uncommon.
Isn't it?
Nah, it's a frequent cause of marital rifts.
I told him it was rubbish, but he'd never believe me, just... Oh, God. It's him.
It's all right, keep calm.
Tosh!
Too late, June, I'm booking off.
Hold on.
I'm going home.
Wait.
Well, hurry up, June, what is it? Oh, June, you can't.
How you feeling, Tosh?
Whenever.
Hey, listen, June.
Here, I got some practice this afternoon with a couple of difficulties. Mr. and Mrs. Coles. You've been beating her up.
Hey?
Yeah. I think I can safely say I got their marriage back on the road by the time I left.
Coles, Silchester Street.
Yeah, that's him. You see, I'm not unfamiliar with familial problems.
Since you've taken them on then, Reg, you better know that I'm nicking him tomorrow. For immoral earnings and keeping a disorderly house.
What, around there?
Yeah, around there. Thanks, Reg. How do you feel better after talking to you?